know you wanna be somebody, even if you gotta leave somebody. Yes, I'm hurt, yes, I'm dead. Most things that I don't wanna say. I won't be around while you change.
Hey you guys, welcome back to Taylor XO, or welcome to Taylor XO if you're a new subscriber. So y'all, if you hear my babies in the back, excuse me y'all. I really try to keep the backgrounds quiet just because I really don't believe that just because you have kids, meaning like you should have all these screaming kids in the background, while you're doing this. I usually don't like to do that. I like to separate kid time from my business time. So as you guys been seeing on these YouTube streets, as of yesterday, people were wondering, like, did Jazzy confirm her pregnancy? Just because the things that have been coming out of her mouth, just the way she's been acting, and not so much the way she's been looking, because y'all know last time when people were speculating if this girl was pregnant or not, you guys remember, she had the round belly to go with it, and it was very much giving pregnant vibes. But then all of a sudden it seemed like her stomach had went down, and it just seemed like she was no longer pregnant. So I think people kind of faded out really believing or kind of speculating if she was pregnant or not, and she continued to drink. But then she came back on yesterday because, as you guys know, her and Medusa have been going at it. They've been having just going back and forth, posting videos, and so she was addressing her, and while she was addressing her, she had this to say. So I'm going to include this clip and then we will get into it.
What we're talking about, I watched a lot of YouTube videos. You did? On how to do feeded. Man, my hands is, I think this is when I'm pregnant, my hands get real crampy. But I mean, and then plus Ava and Kaylin hair is really, really thick.
So basically, as you guys heard in that clip, she was braiding Amaya's hair. I know you guys can't see Amaya in the screen, but she was down there braiding Amaya's hair, and somebody had asked her about braiding, or saying that they had been watching braiding videos, and all of a sudden she came out with saying that when she's pregnant she can't really braid that much because her hands cramp up more. And somebody had went in her comments and they had marked the timestamp of when she when she was saying this, and then people went in the comment section and were just looking at this comment like, Jazzy hasn't responded denying this whole pregnancy comment, or she didn't go on to really say too much. All she did was heart the comment, and I'll post the comment. So the person who commented had went on to say, congratulations. At 11:21, listen, she said when she's pregnant her hand cramps. And then the comment below her was saying, are you pregnant, Jazzy? But instead Jazzy had just hearted this comment, and almost 50 people liked the comment. So people were thinking, like, if she's not pregnant, then wouldn't she just say, oh, I'm not pregnant, I was just talking about when I was pregnant with Legend? Because then I was just thinking, like, well, was she talking about when she was pregnant with Legend? Because I don't know what pregnancy that she would be talking about, especially when she was just drinking 2 days ago. So a lot of people were thinking, like, has she been pregnant, or has she just gotten pregnant and she doesn't want to tell anybody yet? Because then also in the live that she did last night, somebody had commented in the live and said that Jazzy will announce her pregnancy when she's ready, and for people not to pressure her. And she didn't really respond back. And that's the thing with her, like, she comes on here and she drops these bombs about her being pregnant, and people get to thinking, like, well, could she possibly be pregnant? Because people get to looking at her nose saying, okay, well, her nose is spread, and she's having all these issues, and she's acting like she doesn't want to announce it. So could she possibly be pregnant? She's gaining weight. And I don't think that gaining weight is a clear indicator that she's pregnant, but I will say that the drinking is what's really throwing me off. Like, if sis was just not drinking at all, then I would say, okay, well, maybe she's pregnant. But the fact that she keeps coming on here day after day, every time she does these lives, she has a big old cup of alcohol, it just really throws me off. So people were also thinking, like, just a couple days ago, she was on live with Chris, and Chris was basically telling her that he did not want any more babies. Like, sis, why are you so pressed on being pregnant and having more and more babies? You're not married. You know, you have this rocky relationship with this man. He just seems like he doesn't even want to raise the one that you guys have together. So why are you so pressed on having another child? And people keep saying like there's no way that she could be pregnant, because we all know that when she does bring up any type of pregnancy, you know, talk, Chris shuts that down and basically says no, that he doesn't want any more kids. So why this girl keeps on insisting, knowing that she's already struggling with these 5 kids? People keep talking about how she starves these kids, how she can't afford to buy clothes for these kids, shoes for these kids. She's doing wish list after wish list after wish list for people to buy for these kids. So sis, why would it be in your best interest to have yet another child when on top of the 5 you have, you can't even take care of them? And then you come on here and you cry and whine when you don't have a man there to help you, and you do all these things, and then you want people to feel sorry for you time and time again. Like, sis, what, I mean, is this just your ultimate goal in life, just to see how many kids you can have? Are you trying to compare to Chrissy, her 9 kids? Like, what is your purpose in doing this, especially when you just seem to be miserable through it all? So, you know, people were saying like there is no way that she could be pregnant, but then, you know, a lot of people were also saying that she is giving pregnant vibes, the nose is giving pregnant vibes, and, you know, it just seems like she is giving off, you know, that she is pregnant the way that she's acting. Me personally, I truly am in the middle of it. You know, a lot of times you can't just tell off of somebody's weight or, you know, certain things that they say. Honestly, the only way that I will truly believe that she's pregnant, and like, unless she comes on here with a pregnancy test showing, you know, her taking it, that it is positive, I just won't believe that she is pregnant. But I do think that if she is going to drop these bombs and try to speculate and get reactors talking, sis, why don't you come on here and just address the whole pregnancy thing? Because you clearly want reactors to talk. You clearly want people to get riled up, speculating that you're pregnant. And then it's like all these girls do this, and then when people talk about it and they, you know, say all these things about it, then they get on and say that people are oppressed and worried and they're not pregnant. But why were you just speculating and throwing it in the air and getting reactors talking and not, you know, denying anything that you are pregnant, in fact? So that's not even really the issue. Like I said, I just, you know, I really feel bad for this woman once Chris leaves, because we all know that Chris is not staying there. He may be there for another 2 years, maybe even 5 years, but the man is not staying. And she is really in for a true awakening when this man decides to leave the house. And, you know, she's stuck with the 6 kids, because yeah, it's all fine and good now, but sis, when you were stuck at home with 6 kids, we know how you were going crazy. With the 4, that's when you will really be able to tell, you know, it's not for you and it's not going to go good. But she insists, and honestly, like everybody keeps saying, it's not our baby. We're not the one having the baby. So if she wants to have the baby, then just let her. I mean, that's not nobody's problem. You know, she's the one who's over there, have to raise and wake up with this baby every day. But, you know, especially when Legend is going through his own delays right now, and especially, you know, he's not walking yet, he's not eating on his own, you would just think that she would get him out the way first and then decide to have another child. That just is piling up more and more on her plate that she clearly is never ever able to handle. But then she came on live today and she was speaking on this smell that she had in the house. I'll post this clip and then we'll get into it.
And the house, to me, it smells like someone threw up. I don't know what it is. But I woke up this morning and I was like, what the fuck is that smell? And I was like asking everybody, did y'all throw up this morning? Everyone's like, no. So I don't know what it is, y'all. My scent is thrown the fuck off. Like, it smells like someone threw up in here. And I thought it was just in our room, but I could smell it everywhere. So I was like looking, walking around, looking, trying to figure out what the hell I'm smelling. I have no fucking clue. It like threw me off this morning. And babe was like, what are you talking about? Everybody was looking at me like I'm crazy. And I'm like, I smell something. I don't know what it is, but I smell something. Oh, just delete that person.
So then she also was speaking on this smell that was going on in the house. She said it was smelling like throw up and her scent was thrown off. And people were also saying, like, obviously, you know, pregnancy, you get these weird smells, and smells are way more like you can smell things a lot more harder, and you know, it's just something that comes with pregnancy and, you know, even in early pregnancy. So I'm thinking, like, you know, did that have something to do with the pregnancy, and was she just trying to throw even a bigger hint? And it's just like, sis, you were over 30 years old. All these hints that you're throwing to people, I mean, I get that some, you know, social media influencers, and not saying that she is, but just in general, people who do share their life online may not want to share everything, especially a pregnancy. But sis, you are over 30 years old. You have the father living in the home. Like, what is the big deal just saying if you are pregnant or not? At this point, you need the views, because clearly the views are not viewing. So it's just like, why not just throw in the pregnancy announcement and maybe get your views up, get you a little check? You know, I know the tax time is coming around, so sis probably isn't too worried about putting out content right now, but it's just like, you know, you might as well. Your channel needs it. You're failing at everything. You're failing at your channel. You know, your only content right now is beefing with your baby dad's baby mom. So it's just like, sis, you really do need this pregnancy announcement to boost your channel, get you some help, because clearly, you know, a lot of the times these YouTubers do have babies for content, because pregnancies do bring in more views. So, you know, and it is unfortunate if she is pregnant, just because we know that, you know, her situation on a daily basis in this home, between the kids not eating, you know, the kids just all around having neglect, or having to be neglected by this woman. I just don't understand why she continues to just pop more and more kids out. But comment down below what you guys think. Do you think that as of yesterday she did confirm that she is in fact pregnant, or do you think, again, this is just one of those things where, you know, all the reactors get all riled up about her, you know, basically saying she's pregnant and she's not? This is just something to get people to keep talking about her. But comment down below. Again, you guys, thank you guys so much, and stay tuned for another one.
Tell me what you see in me. Gotta be something different.